think
true.
about it. Both all tanks and supports are here.
Alright, so we're gonna watch two different teams play double bubble against Brawl specifically, because that's kind of what I expect us to be playing against anyways for the most part.
We're just
The big
watching the bubble today, or
Yeah, we're gonna be hard practicing double bubble.
Oh, I'm not even playing Ryan. Oh.
Yeah.
because it's like fuck. I didn't
So
practice
joke's
my
on
Winston
you.
today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, there was a list of what we were playing.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, there was. I
yeah,
was
yeah.
supposed to play Winston Ball. I forgot. Ah, well, fucking doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Mine was Zarya Diva. I don't think anyone's surprised.
The big thing I'm seeing versus like Brawl matchups is the biggest thing I'm seeing realistically is Zen. In general, is played against the Brawl, just because I guess you don't get the same sort of
Instead
value.
of what?
Anna.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll go and watch.
They played on Busan.
They played on Mecha Base as well.
I feel like it's hard to play on Koth. Is that a hot take or no?
Zen?
I don't-
No.
I mean,
No,
I
I meant
mean,
not
it's
really.
like
Yes.
players.
Yeah.
I meant
Uh,
double bubble.
Here,
it
we'll
feels-
turn up the
I would
quality.
definitely say it feels worse on
Bam.
Cloth, but
Yeah, but it's definitely still playable for sure. So.
it's because comps like Brawl are better than neutral, and it's
Mhm.
like the Koth is so much about the neutral.
Yeah. So Brawl's acting pretty well, getting underneath them. They're able to rush.
That wall up is fucking.
That
oh
was
my
pretty
God, that's
disgusting.
beautiful.
Yeah. Innovation, man. Being innovative.
Someone did it.
That is
So,
a very very good.
That was a good
punt.
wall. They're gonna win first fight off that. I don't remember if SLT actually wins here, but
I think I have another pawn though. I don't know.
essentially, like, you're just looking to surround them as much as possible, get as many angles as possible. Same thing for double bubble rate. And then the Brawl just is looking to rush on one of those angles. So Ash is now playing up here, gets poked off. Sable will stay up there.
Why isn't the other team running Diva? They just hard scout that they're not on Diva, or like they're not running Brawl.
Probably. I see a lot of teams running Sigma in Korea as well. Just in general. Depends on the map though.
And he swaps Ball because they're on Brawl. Is my
Mhm.
guess.
Well, I think he started Ball, didn't he?
You did,
So,
sure.
yeah. I think the default a lot of the time is Ball on Koth maps as well.
Ball is just good,
Yeah.
and you don't have to change, and it still does basically
Mhm.
the same job as Winston.
Yeah, exactly. And like the other thing with like if you think you're gonna be running into Brawl, you're gonna be running the Zen anyways. So having the Nano doesn't really like help you as much, right?
Somebody
Because
loves the
who
Ball.
are you nanoing in that, right? If you're not nanoing, like there's not like a single like amazing target. Like you can still nano Tracer and stuff, but like it's better. I think overall it's better for like the Ball if you just have a Zen a lot of the time, right? So.
Plus Slam Discord, I guess.
Yeah,
I think
plus
Okay.
there's a lot
it's-
more comboing and stuff that can happen, right? So,
I think just common rule of thumb is with like Ball you go Zen, and then with
Mhm.
Monkey you go Ana. I think that's
agreed.
just
Yeah, that seems like the more of like
probably-
the general rule. So, like if you guys are wanting to play like
There might be times where you want to go Ball with Ana too, anyways. Like,
Correct.
some
There
Ball's
will
just better,
be-
but
Yeah,
general rule
but
of thumb,
that-
general rule of thumb, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
but that I mean that's at that point it's like why not just flip to the Zen, you know?
True, fair.
Because what would the Ana be
Mhm.
doing?
This is also
Like,
something.
The Ana is only really there to like enable like the
Yeah.
Monkey slash like
Ana's better
DPS
for ult
value.
rotation
This is also
because
something I want
Nano
you
is
guys to keep in mind is
better.
double bubble isn't gonna always win the first neutral, and that's totally okay. Like you can still win the map if even like in these sort of situations, right? So like
so they win this?
I don't remember. I'm gonna be honest. I know the other team we're gonna look at won, but
I just don't think there's no way they win this fight. And he's drinking no! No! Dude, Maka's trolling.
yeah. Okay, so this might have been not the one to watch, but
It's like a scout moment where like I don't need Trank. Why would I Trank?
is this where they brawl mirror? Do they brawl mirror in this one? They do. Okay, so we're gonna watch the other one now.
Alright.
Possible that we don't go to Sanctuary.
There will probably be places today we still Brawl, right? Like,
Kings Row.
I think
Row
we
is- I mean, even Kings Row we could double bubble.
you can
Yeah, I mean,
actually.
Oh, nice
Every-
to see.
Every map's a double bubble map.
True. This map's a bubble.
Uh-oh.
Uh,
No, are you kidding me? Come on. Load, you fucker.
to be honest, I think your internet's just kind of better in SO Worker. It's a little blurry
Yeah.
for me.
Is
That
it?
might just be me though.
Okay.
That's fine for me.
Okay.
It's like I can like hardly read the names at the top.
Weird.
Uh,
Well, now it's
I see it.
720. Yeah, here we go. Wait.
You must have the highest quality, or else.
Yeah.
How
Or
dare
else.
you.
Or else.
Hey, listen, I watch a lot of YouTube on my Kindle and it's locked to 360p. So,
Really?
yeah,
That's
Why?
unlucky.
You know how to read, Lucky?
because it's a bigger screen.
That sounds awful.
I
Yeah.
use this ship. The only time I use it is for school books.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It is a bit choppy, but yeah. I mean, this is kind of what you're looking for, right? I don't know who's over there. I think it's the Zen, but like, yeah, like taking these double angles against Brawl, especially if they're gonna take high ground, is kind of what you're looking for. Even if this is like an Ashe, for example, you'd be doing the same sort of angle. So
Yep.
they aren't necessarily on double bubble here, just because they're on Diva, but this may be a map where they feel like Zarya is not like
That's good.
mobile. Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
mobile enough to really kite out around the Brawl here, so
There's a
they
lot of
just
high
go
ground.
Diva. Yeah.
And even if you get it, like, it's not like you're gonna get value.
Mhm.
I think we gotta realize more, like, what's, like, when we're doing these double bubble comps, it's like, how good is Zarya anyways? You know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's
Understand,
just
like, how
better to
good the
play
hero is.
dive. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, not like, I meant more so, like, we can't just force like, a Zarya on, like, a terrible Zarya map, essentially, you know?
Mhm.
I don't feel like we do that enough.
A lot of the times
Like,
on
kinda
King's
like-
Row, I see, for example, like they'll play like Sigma or Diva even, and they'll still play Zarya, but it depends on the enemy comp a lot of the time, right? So.
I
Yeah,
think
we can go
that's,
over
like,
that
kinda
boat.
What we think a bit too much.
Mhm.
Or don't think too much about, like, how good an actual comp is. Like, I remember,
Mhm.
like, kind of Route 66, like, like, there's certain points where Zarya is good, but, like, half of the time we just don't get enough Zarya value.
Mhm.
Or I've noticed that at least in the chickadees.
Yeah. A lot of this is just cutting around their comp at this point too. Forming up ultimates. Talon swaps to Sombra for double flankers, which is fine. Okay.
Freeze.
Yeah. Oh my god, my
Everybody
Clap your hands.
we're going to
That's not
1080.
tank synergy. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna be
Sure.
honest.
True.
Free. Okay, there we go.
Oh, he's dead.
Kind of.
No shot.
That
Okay.
took them way too long.
I think they might lose this fight. Looks like they do.
Yeah.
But they should be able to retake. Hopefully build Trance and EMP. Even if
Oh,
they lose the next
Vigilante.
fight. Yeah.
Why does that sound familiar?
Because he played with 200 MS.
hmm
Slash, like, he was, like, well regarded.
So they stick the... Okay, well they just went off Pulse Bomb
Yeah.
and a Slam. So there's that.
Freaky tech.
No, I mean they're 3
pretty
down.
big
There's...
cheddar.
It's over.
You never know. Winnable.
Yeah.
Observe as Becky hits 4 headshots in a row.
hmm
He turns
Okay,
on.
never mind. He died. Never mind. He died already. I lied.
hmm
He's on Doofus now.
Becky said, "Let me come."
His name is Becky. That's
Mhm.
actually so sick.
And then the last thing, well, how much time do we have? We have a lot of time. It's only been 10 minutes. So we'll watch out this map, and then I want us to go over a Route 66 comp that Green wanted us to try out.
Oh, the TP one?
Yeah,
It
the
looks
TP
pretty
one.
fun, honestly.
That shit
Yeah.
looks so
It
weird.
does look fun.
hmm
Well, I mean,
All
you're on
know is that I
Orisa.
saw it and it was Orisa, but I saw you guys type in chat something about TPing people, and I was like, oh yeah.
I think you're the one person that doesn't TP.
So-
actually.
Okay, well, you know what? That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get to watch you guys have fun, which is fun.
Me and
Bo-
I
Look-
guess.
Yeah. Apparently, you can put TPs in spots where like you can bounce, which is very interesting.
Wait, what?
figured
like
that
on
out, yes.
route? Or like stuck spots?
Yeah, sort of.
Places
That's
where you
illegal.
Wouldn't that
can
be
sit
considered
still
a
and
bug
then
though?
actually-
So you can't
That's
use it
illegal.
really?
That's illegal.
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah,
illegal.
yeah, there would be.
I mean, if you put the TP there, but then you don't get stuck there, it's not illegal, is it? Because you're not using it. You're
Mm,
like the TP's using.
You have
it.
to bounce to have the TP come off cooldown again is the problem, so you have to sit there for a bit.
Oh, okay,
Um,
so yeah, then it's illegal. Or you could just never get your
Yeah.
TP back.
So now they're just playing double shield here. I'm not sure what the change is necessarily, why they're playing double shield. I'm assuming just because the map is so
Very
open.
map.
Yeah,
I mean, ball's good here too. It's not.
yeah. Mhm.
Well, Orisa just doesn't die. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. You got the
I
team.
think that's that.
Oh, I know. Trust me.
Yeah. They're just playing, I feel like they're just playing a counter brawl sort of comp, but they just didn't execute it correctly. Like, they let the brawl kind of run on their angle. Because realistically, like, in this sort of comp, like, where you have Orisa versus Brawl, because this is a decent map, because the TP strat kind of works in a very similar sense as far as the core mechanics go, is like, the Orisa wants to be the one that kind of takes the Brawl, essentially, or, like, kind of baits the Brawl
You're
towards
literally
her.
bait.
But you
Yeah.
don't want
Your team
the-
takes angles around you.
Yeah, and then your team takes angles around you, exactly. So. Yeah. Let's see. Do they play? No, they just 2-0 them actually on this comp. Damn. So. We can take a look at their King's Row because I'm pretty sure they play against. They play like a. Yeah. Play double bubble versus Brawl here. I'm pretty sure.
Do they win against them on this?
I believe, yeah. I think Talon wins all 3 maps. They 3-0 them, or 3-0 TDI. So.
How come are
Double
we
bubble,
like?
Widow Genji. Oh, Sombra Genji. Yeah.
Sombra
Why do we
Genji.
see this like? Oh, this is basically like cyber dive essentially.
Yeah, this is like a cyber dive that they're deciding to play here. You could play Ashe Tracer here realistically as well. Like the angles are correct to do that. So it's just about looking how they take the fights here.
I feel like I think cyber dive is more essential though for the win con. Is it not?
It is for like a snowball, but I don't think it is for neutral because like I think their neutral's gonna suffer
Yeah.
because of it.
They have like no spam and they can't dive into that. So
You
they're,
almost-
they're gonna inevitably just poke around like
they're
they
just
are now
they're just
until they
looking
get
to
nano, and then
continuously
they'll
soft
engage.
dive instead of soft
Yeah.
diving, looking for picks and like looking
Dude,
for
why is
high
the Juvenile
damage.
chasing him
I know.
there?
I was thinking that.
Oh my god.
Diva could legit just killed him.
He had no armor. Yeah, he would have died fucking instantly.
Mm-hmm.
Worst case scenario, forces out so many resources.
Yeah. Boop him into the hallway. Like.
That was an insane boop by them, and then he gets punished for it.
Did he jump in there?
Mm-hmm.
He jumped, but
He got
also
booped. He got booped farther, and then they're just gonna win off Nano Blade here.
So they press the Q button.
Yeah. But in the same sort of like sense, like you against Brawl, like the biggest thing is just like take angles, like be okay with losing neutral fights, or like kind of giving up like a lot of advantages in neutral fights
space.
and space. But don't like not doing it for free necessarily, but just be okay with it essentially.
We're gonna.
Like you're
we're
not
gonna
hard
have
fighting
to do
for it.
nothing a lot today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we found doing nothing.
We're gonna have to do
Yay.
nothing a lot today. Wow.
Yeah, and that doesn't mean do nothing in the sense that like you're doing absolutely nothing, but in the sense that you're
We're not
gonna be
looking for a fight win,
you're like
basically.
rotate. You're doing a
not
lot of
looking,
rotating
yeah.
and stuff more than you are
You're not
fighting.
looking to
Yeah.
win
Mm-hmm.
duel. I mean, yeah, win,
Win
duels,
straight
but,
up
like, also
fights.
just-
Yeah. Win
Yeah.
straight up. Like you're not looking to go like up the. It's not up the gut Overwatch. It's like we rotate around them, sort of like and
Around the side over.
force advantages, sort of
My one
Overwatch. Yeah.
question would be, since I'm
Sure.
with the core, would I rotate to spots that we can't get run at, but then Neptune still gets value more than Skyward, if that makes sense?
You don't want to
Um,
play for my value.
not in
I don't even-
Brawl necessarily.
You're not playing for
I
my
did not
value.
understand
Yeah.
a word of that.
So
That was
like
not even English.
So like against double bubble Or if like once your monkey pops like for example primal or has nano, then you can look for brick value. But in other like when you are playing for like again especially against Brawl, you're not really looking for brick value as much, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I just feel awful always because you
Mhm.
never like
Oh, yeah,
Brawl
you're just sitting
isn't
there.
supposed to. Yeah.
Then you're not swinging. So.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the mirror you can as well. Second bubble's kind of like what we talked about. But
yeah, I could bubble Neptune.
hmm
But even then, that's like even then
It's
that's
situational.
a sentence.
Yeah.
Like basically, I had to do what I did against Cloudy in the clips I showed in chat. I just gotta be like high ground and content with packing fucking lemon Larry.
hmm
Yeah, that's hydration, right?
I mean, yeah, he did the God's work.
hmm
Hydration and papaya Pete.
Dude,
Fucking-
I tuned into Ship's stream earlier. At least Cloudy added him.
Yeah.
Very lucky. What
I
the
mean,
fuck?
not you, not you.
I added him and Love.
I'm not even joking. You probably add them and then they'll add you back. I added him. I added you know, in the middle clip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After that, I just added him. He just added back, and I asked for a do, and he's like, "No, I'm like not right now."
I don't know what
And
that
I'm like,
Genji was
okay.
thinking. It's like, I'm safe. I have deflect. So, really strong positioning for double bubble. They're probably, realistically, like,
In
if you don't snowball third here, I would. This is where you would want to swap. You would be looking to swap realistically.
yeah.
So,
Could go
But they
brawl
are-
and go.
this is-
Honestly, it's not
'cause-
too bad here. But they're on
Mhm.
attack. Yeah. I
yeah.
was gonna say on defense, I actually don't hate this point too much, but
hmm Yeah, like what? Because once you lose control of that top high ground above the corner as double bubble, I feel like it's
Yeah.
too hard to like
yeah.
come back because they can just hold first
Taking
corner
space
against
would
from
be
you.
too
Yeah.
difficult.
It's too
but
linear
if you,
of
if you
a
already have
third
the space,
point.
it's
Yeah.
not bad.
So like here, I think you guys probably look to like swap,
If
realistically.
they lose here.
hmm
Yeah, without that.
Observe.
Or play for
They
Nano
get-
Wait,
Blade
no, they
one.
have
You're
Nano
gonna
Blade,
get
they
Nano Blade.
win.
Yeah.
Nano
EMP Nano Blade. Yeah, it's huge. Oh, he gets a kill.
He's so good. Oh my.
Oh my God, 2 kills.
Wow.
on
Wow,
rival.
he's actually
look, he's-
nuts, though.
The amount of mechanical skill that took, holy shit.
Y'all are a bunch of haters. Genji's actually crazy how
That Genji player fucking revolutionized how I played. Why you roasting him?
Oh man.
Just because of
Just
him,
Korean.
I was inspired to
He's
play.
just
Genji.
Korean. What can I say?
Once every 10,000 milliseconds,
This is
a
not
hero
real.
is born that will inspire Rocket to a new plateau
That's
of
actually a
ability.
good- That's a while though. 10,000 milliseconds.
Rocket, who inspired? What specific individual would you say inspired you enough for you to go from tier 4 to tier 3?
Sinatra.
Unfortunate.
My man.
Yeah.
Defense. Okay, let's see it.
So they're playing
oh,
mirror now.
TBI is mirroring.
Yeah, they're like, we're done
One
with
team
this
is
brawl
Tracer, one team
bullshit.
is Echo.
Yeah.
Also, Rocket,
What's
you
up?
know, 10 million or 10,000 milliseconds is like nothing, right?
Oh, my bad.
10,000 milliseconds is like 10 seconds.
It sounds like a while, to be fair.
hmm
No,
It's
no, it
not
doesn't.
that long.
You're a fucking nerd, bro.
Yeah, my
Like
bad.
15, you don't know
It's
anything.
literally milli. It has milli in it.
16 now, bro.
1 millisecond is
Oh,
1/1000.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
hmm
Oh, nice.
Happy
Wait, what's today
birthday.
your birthday?
Yep.
Yesterday.
Bro,
Happy birthday!
missed
Happy
it.
birthday. He didn't say anything, bro.
Yo, he's one of those people like me who's just like, I hate being older.
I mean, I found out my birthday is the same day as Jason's, and I'd rather just not.
Why?
Whoa!
You're a hater, bro.
I'm joking. I didn't even know he
Yeah.
was birthday until today.
A lot of this is just jockeying for position. Double bubble's a lot about like slowly taking the position away from the opponent so you have the angles and they don't. So that's why
the
Ash
one
is
thing-
better. Sorry, go ahead.
No. Finish your point.
Okay, I was gonna say the other thing is like this is why Ash is better on defense is because she already controls the angle, so it's a lot easier for her to get value in this sense, right?
Wait,
Mhm.
And what
why
I was
didn't
gonna
they force Kellen out of top 8? Or wait, did he get forced out and I didn't see?
Who? Sorry.
Yeah, no, he's just Kellen, the Talon main thing. He was just
Oh.
sitting up there the whole fight and they didn't force him out.
Mm-hmm.
And they knew he was there.
So one of the things, and actually, can you pause for because I don't want to, or is this live?
No.
No, it's
It's fine.
not
So
like
one of the things about
Sag.
that is actually because putting any resources over towards the main tank would open way too much up for the DPS. As an example, when we played the Boston team, the reason they were able to win is because in double bubble, the Winston plays, whether it's Bit Winston or Ball, you're going to play knowing that realistically speaking, you die. Ooh, sorry. You dying doesn't matter, and if you can bait your opponents into killing you, that's actually your win condition, not theirs. Killing the Winston is almost never the correct call when playing versus double bubble. Because what ended up happening is like, so first fight for us versus them, we caught the Winston, but we caught the Winston so fast that we were able to take the momentum and carry it through into their team before they were able to rotate, and we won. The next fight, they came in, and we killed their Winston, basically immediately again. However, this time we fell for the sleight of hand, and we weren't able to get into their team, and they were able to get their DPS into position, so they just sent their Winston in one more time. We go through the same motion, only now their DPS are in position, so as we waste our time killing their Winston, their DPS are like in striking position. We can't reach their DPS anymore, and the fight's over.
Dude, I'm 37 was a fucking secret operative that game.
Basically, they
I
just
watched
don't
the point
force
of
him out
it and he was
because
already
his
behind.
positioning there really doesn't matter. Like there's no
Exactly.
point in putting resources into him.
Mhm.
Exactly.
It's like
and if ultimately if they try to kill him, they're the ones reaching, and if they're reaching, they're killable.
You're doing something.
And
Yeah.
and Ash isn't as noticeable as Widow because it's not like the super long red tracer in the air. You know what I mean? But if, like, as an example, if the defending team's Ash starts shooting, they're just telling the opposing Ash where they are. So now they've lost the battle of information and they lose defender advantage because now you're in a like aggressor peak advantage because you know who you're peaking and when.
Mhm. It's like this fight that we watched before where you guys were asking why the diva didn't just kill this Winston right here, right? Like why didn't she just like kill the Winston? It's because like the Genji and the Sombra would have been in position to like get damaged, like to farm like EMP and farm like Blade a lot faster if she went for him, right? Actually, I don't know if it was that fight, but I think it was that was the fight you guys were talking about before.
Right
Yeah.
there is a good
Yeah.
example. Even if it's
Mhm.
not the exact one, it's doing nothing is better than doing something because doing or air quote doing nothing is actually preventing so much more value.
You mean like the Brawl team doing nothing, right, or what?
So like as an example, if Diva flew up there, first off, even if she kills the Winston, it's not like Diva kills Winston at an effective rate, right? Like it's gonna be slow. So what happens is now you're giving Winston ult charge. What is an ability that fucks over Brawl? Primal Rage, because if Primal Rage can go unchecked, it makes it so Brawl can't brawl, and then Brawl sucks, right? So by going to the Winston, Winston gets his ultimate. On top of that, there's no one stopping Genji and no one stopping Sombra, like Sword was talking about. So by the Diva leaving, you're actually activating 3 of their heroes to get ult charge.
Yeah, because like
Alright.
Diva walks up here, Genji has this angle. I think
So
that's
if I do
Sombra.
this and a
So
diva chases me, I'm gonna tell you guys to do things.
yeah, that's part of
Exactly.
it, and it's a part about you being in a position where if they do chase you, your DPS get value. So you can't like you see in the next fight, like the Winston gets fucked up because the enemy team boops him into their team, but like that's the sort of thing you don't want to be doing, like being in that sort of position, right?
Also real quick note, can you go back to where the Winston was perched?
Yeah, sure.
This is super important for you, Neptune. Look at where their Brigitte is playing, because the way their Brigitte is playing is it's a bait. Right now,
Yeah.
they want the enemy team. If the Diva goes on the Winston, they white team
still help.
loses,
Yeah.
right? If the Reinhardt goes, oh guys, their Brigitte's right here. They move
Speed on her.
underneath. They
The Winston, yeah.
Exactly, and you're still activated, and they're in motion, which means that the rest of the team gets to activate. And on top of that, you still have the Zarya Ana to try to cover you. It's always going to be easiest for Ana to find nades when the enemy team is like trying to make a plan. So like this right here is like a 3-fold bait where the Brawl is forced into any action, any attempt to play the way they want to play is actually them losing. So they just have to give space and wait.
Make sure we TP to theater, by the way, so I can play that high ground in case they hold
Yeah,
you.
that's if we're gonna play this comp, it's a good start. So, and like we said, if we aren't gonna be playing like this variant, like we want to play like the ball instead of we want to. I mean, we could play the Winston with the Zen as well. It's definitely possible, but
I'd rather wanna.
Probably
for
not,
In our double
yeah.
bubble.
yeah. But if
Like I
we,
said, I just kind of think that
yeah,
rule of thumb: if we play ball, we play Zen. If we play monkey, we play Yana.
yeah, I would agree with that. But if we do want to play like the ball variant here, it's just about like same thing, like getting the like Zen in a position where he can shoot if they go on like any particular target, right? And then like having the Ash, same idea, or whatchamacallit, Tracer and Echo, right? So you're all just kind of covering each other in a way. And then here,
Why
like,
did they choose up to give us so much space up? By the way,
um,
are they just scared?
Are you talking about the Brawl team?
Yeah.
So yeah, well, it comes down to the fact that ult economy wise, Brawl doesn't win this, and they know that. So for them, they're playing for time, and ultimately, when they lose, they want to lose in one fight, not two, because losing in one fight means they get to hold the next choke, and the
Close,
next
yeah.
choke is really hard for Double Bubble to break. Whereas if they like pseudo win a fight, but then like ult econ starts to roll in, and then they don't get to hold that second choke. Streets phase is great for Double Bubble because there's so many like odd high grounds that the Winston can play off of, but that first choke sucks, and
Yeah.
so they would rather play for time and lose.
And get a recontest. As
Exactly.
well. Yeah.
You're so smart, Neptune.
since essentially like TDR already kind of lost the neutral fight,
And it's
even
kinda
though like nobody died in that first neutral, they lost the neutral fight just by not winning essentially. Because now the the ult fight comes up, and then like Sombra, Genji Blade bullshit comes up, and you kind of just win off that, right? They didn't even have to nano that fight, right? So.
Wait, one question then would be like, how do you stop this from happening then if you're the Brawl team?
Play the essentially you have
Okay.
to get an advantage in that first neutral, and then play to like either shut down their rotations initially, or just shut down the monkey as he's coming in. Like you essentially want to bait them into like thinking they can take angles that they can't. Essentially, is the best way to put it, in my opinion.
How do you do that? By baiting someone on your team?
Yeah. Probably
Yeah.
gonna be me.
Mm-hmm.
No, I meant if you're
Oh, the brawl.
the Brawl
So,
team.
like also like it depending on how disciplined your the opposing team is, like another rotation they could have like potentially tried to bait is going towards statue as if they might go towards Brigitte, but then circling more main towards spawn and attacker spawn.
A
and
lot of
threatening,
it
like,
is using the
Ariana.
amp advantage that you have to like rapidly rotate and catch them off guard. You know how we saw in that Busan game where they like just like amped underneath and walled up and killed them?
Mm-hmm.
You're looking for stuff like that. So
So it's basically just two
Makes
IQ
sense.
checks from both teams to see
Mhm.
who wins.
yeah, essentially, it's very much mind gamey in a lot of ways. As far as
This
like
seems way more fun than I thought it would be.
a lot of it
Oh
is
my
just
God,
like
Bubble.
these huge mind games about like where you're rotating, and like especially like because the Brawl team like plays a little bit more straight up obviously, but like the way at which they take the fight is like more nuanced, right?
How should we approach rally fights, by the way? Like, what should I be doing as the Brig 1-9 rally? Just like kind of solo? I don't think it's like solo.
You use it to activate the Zarya more essentially.
Sorry, more.
Yeah.
Sorry, in support.
Zarya and whoever your support is. Because like essentially they're gonna be forced to look at you and the Zarya because you're gonna be the one pushing aggressively, so the
Yeah.
other angle should be able to get more value on that. So it's like a 3-2-1. Like you guys are going in, and then that gives your DPS space to get those angles that we're talking about, right? So
Depending on the brawl ship. Oh, nice. What
What's
happened?
up?
The Maybug, where you were knocked out of Blizzard, but you remained frozen, is fixed.
Mm.
Nice.
That's good.
I saw that.
It was really
I thought you were
annoying.
gonna say your
Fucking
computer.
God.
Seriously,
thought
right?
your
Me
computer
and you,
was fixed.
Crimson, we feel that the most, I think.
Yeah.
You're clearly out of it, but you still get
Um,
frozen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One of the
And then you stay.
You stay frozen for the
until
rest of the
end
duration.
Of the blizzard.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
It killed me multiple times.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Green?
one of the other uses for rally will be so like as an example, the two of the best ultimates for double bubble to break like a hard choke like King's Row first or King's Row second. You know what I mean? Like first.
The
going
arch.
into second,
Rally.
Yeah.
is rally because that will be one of the few abilities that allow you to play
brawl.
through brawl.
Yeah.
Even when you can't, so that way it's like you kind of use rally as like a stepping stone. Okay, hey guys, there's no position for our Winston to play. Like at
So
this
just
point in
stock
the map.
on me and we
Mhm.
brawl.
Exactly. So now we're gonna rally, but also understand that rally isn't a tool for us to go in and brawl because we'll still lose that. It's
Yeah.
it's basically we rally so that we can rotate because now our opponent has to respect our rotation because if they just try to derp into us, we can win this fight. If they play their brawl correctly, they can still absolutely win through rally, but they now have to respect our rotation and we can look for counterplay. And then from there we can look for our standard double bubble setups, etc.
So I should try to just save it for like, quote unquote, like unwinnable chokes because of map geometry.
Yeah, that'll be something that in general will have like pretty well scouted for you, so that way you know that like, it's like okay, King's Row, I need to make sure I have that for the choke. You know, okay, there's no other points on King's Row. Well, then I'm looking for insert condition here. And
What's
then
the
that way,
other maps like I would like save rally for chokes basically?
It could be like Eichenwald going into second can be one because Brawl can hold like those chokes really hard and it can be odd to get double bubble like rotating like set up so that way you could use rally to like rotate into mega, flip to high ground, force Brawl to rotate. Once they start rotating, then you could look for a fight, etc. Off the top of my head, that's one of the bigger ones. I'd have to look through the map pool, but it's effectively moments like that where you have to take a fight. You're gonna have to rotate out of something into somewhere to have something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Alright. I think I can figure out
Would
what
that
some maps are.
you
Mhm.
do the rally right? Because if they push you guys, you have rally and can take the brawl, and if they don't, then you get a free
And if
rotation
you
for
happen
that
to be
reason.
on the Zen and they do hyper brawl into you, that's more of like the time when you're looking to use like the Zen ult. Essentially, like Mecha Base is a good example of that. Like they really are hard stuffing you guys at like the door. That's a good time. Like that's not necessarily something you can really rally into. So it's something you're looking more to like use a Zen ult to sustain through and push through. So you kind of bait them
Like,
into brawling. Yeah.
Because rally won't sustain you. Like
Mhm.
they can still win the brawl through rally. It's not like an actual insta win.
Mhm.
So you treat Transcendence like surprise rally. You're like, oh no, I hope you don't kill my poor widow Zen. He's all alone over surprise rally. You know, like, and that's basically what you use Zen for, because his ultimate otherwise is basically garbage.
Yeah, yeah.
As long as they know.
Because
Like,
no one's
shrink
grouped
and
enough for
shit.
it to really get hard value. A lot of the time you aren't going to get hard value from the
I
Zen
mean,
ult
not shrink.
anyways, but
I
So
mean,
would it be
grab.
like I use both my bubbles on me and Neptune when they brawl us, and then I go
Mhm.
like Skyward, it's time, and he goes like, haha, we're alive. That
Mhm.
is that basically what happens?
Realistically, the best way to say it is you're never going to be able to tell Skyward like Skyward now, because
Yeah.
Transcendence will
Yeah.
always just be used in this like, oh fuck, they caught us.
yeah, exactly.
Like,
It's like a get out of jail free card. Like
the best way to describe it would be like this: like we're coming out of Eichenwald, first into Eichenwald second, right? We're at like the gate choke.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
we're deciding like, okay, Crimson, you're gonna come out of like the leftmost door, so like through in on the stairs, and you're gonna dive castle. So that way they have to start worrying about our Winston being behind. The rest of us are gonna try to rotate in towards Mega and come from the underside of Castle, this is where they're going to primarily look to catch us, because that's what we're going to do. So DPS, you're going to look to try to like harass backline, Tracer do Tracer things, or whatever comp we happen to be on DPS-wise. And you're going to look to take that rotation. And if we don't have, if we were going to rally that rotation, you're going to rally, then rotate, right? If you're playing for Transcendences, you're going to take that rotation as fast as possible. If they start to catch you, you're just going to Transcendence immediately, and your DPS and Winston are going to know that they can now like hard commit to this fight, and you're going to attempt to get Brawl to have to start backpedaling, because they're like, all right, we can't win this fight, just backpedal, backpedal. And as they backpedal, you don't look to fight anymore. You look to finish your rotation, because now you have space. Now that you have space, you can outplay Brawl, because you're no longer having to be forced into a fight. And so really both support ults are just for forcing a rotation when Brawl can catch the rotation. It has nothing to do with trying to win a fight.
It kind of reminds me of Shanghai, about like their ultimate usages, from what I've heard. How mostly every ult wasn't to win the fight, it was for like positioning advantages, and they would win off of those.
Are you saying they're like Farrakhan they're in back in the day, or what?
No, like the Shanghai Dragons that everyone's like talking about for finals and shit. You know, the recent one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's what I
like-
said.
Like with like with Fleta and shit.
Oh,
not-
okay,
yeah.
okay, my bad.
Yeah.
I kinda
Not the-
forgot,
Yeah.
like there was a third season of Owl that happened. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, not the Fire One tricks.
For
I don't know,
specials.
man. Dane was
The
pretty
f-
nasty.
The fucking he was, but the fucking Somber fucking man with Fleta, the fucking god, and Fearless.
Lip, Fearless, Fleta.
Kind of comment on me, just say fucking.
Fucking, did you see that
There's
tweet?
kids here, guys. Come on.
Did you see that tweet with that guy who just said the same thing like a bajillion times?
Oh fuck yes, steak baby.
Yeah, Mondays. Yeah, fuck.
Fuck yeah.
Mondays, right? Yeah, baby.
Stiff. I love that one so much.
So it was like the Twilight Zone.
I was
insane.
saying it so much yesterday. I was like, "Fuck yeah, steak baby, Monday steak."
Anyone else know what they're talking about or no?
Nope.
No.
I
Okay,
li-
okay,
yo,
cool.
shit,
Cool,
I
fine with
linked-
me.
I linked in the chickadees, man.
Dude, I don't check that channel so I get added.
Fuck you.
If I didn't
Fuck
have that
you.
muted, then I would get spammed all
Fuck
the time.
you, not. Fuck you for not caring about our children. I hate you.
Ow,
We need a
whoa,
divorce.
whoa, whoa.
The baby chicks.
It's weird that they like mentally boom at when they're winning. I don't understand.
Like,
Who?
oh no,
Oh,
I'm
like trying-
winning.
No, like
Oh,
they have
no,
like
that's
the
not
worst.
supposed to happen.
Like some of them have the
Okay.
worst mental.
Oh, so we only
I
have
didn't-
15 minutes, so I want to quickly go over. Where is it? 1 second. Let me pull it up.
The player progress.
No.
Why do we
No.
go after 100 rows?
This
Exercise
one.
check.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
Howard, you're ripped with a 7-pack ass.
I stopped logging exercise.
Okay, so we're gonna look over
Scout
this
it.
real quick.
Can't stop, won't
Oh yeah,
stop.
the important one.
So, yeah.
Okay, I get to watch what you guys get to do while I sit up high
Mhm.
ground. As Orisa. You say they just TP them. I assume once British Hurricane goes under to gas, they just like TP them like across to the wooden platform high
Yeah.
ground or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go figure.
Well, they essentially, like, you
Not
know,
too
essentially,
long.
so on first, second, and
No,
third,
it's not.
there's positions where like you have two high grounds that you can swap between essentially, and essentially you're trying to bait the brawl onto to rush you, and then you just TP away over and over again, essentially. I'm not entirely sure why British Hurricane defaults this comp. I guess it's because they assume they're going to be on this comp, but you see how they try to force
my
the
God,
angle there, and they
nice.
just TP the Sigma away, right? Back to
Yeah.
the high ground, so it doesn't work. So there's
So
a
they
little bit
can
of
just
mind
TP
games.
rotate anywhere they need to.
Mm-hmm,
insane.
exactly. It's kind of like the general gist of it. And then you
Feels like
see,
people are finally
so you
starting
see
to use
their
their
here.
character to their full
TPs.
potential.
So, and then for the person whoever ends up playing Symmetra here, It's important that it needs to be behind that rock because so it doesn't get like easily poked out,
Instant
right?
destroyed.
Yeah, instant destroyed, exactly. So, and then here they're baiting their Orisa and they're letting the Symmetra like activate her left click a little bit before they TP away.
How the fuck does Slay get picked?
Slay.
Slay's trash. Slay's actually trash.
Slay got picked during the
I
rotation.
mean, yeah.
Yeah, he
Have
probably
you
got.
watched this yet?
I will
Yes.
say, I will say, Slay is very Skyward.
Yeah, Slay is like kind of a forehead a little
TP
bit.
where?
Yeah, he definitely gets confused like that, and he's also the person that like drops down and 1v1s a Sig and then kills the enemy Zen, and you're like,
Okay.
You'll see it here. He actually.
You see him drop into the enemy team. You're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is he doing? And then he just kills everything.
No,
You're
that
like,
actually
"Ah."
that
Sounds like
happens.
Skyward.
That kind of
Nah,
happens
it
this
is
map a little bit.
It reminds
I'm
me
gonna
of
be
all
kicked
of that
off
was
playing
just
Doom
Skyward, but
after
EU.
that,
So-
dude.
Yeah, and this is meant to be like if they try to TP now, they try to TP top right. Like the turrets are there just to get some DPS in, mostly. So
Dude, look, this is a Skyward
This is-
moment. I
this
think it
is
happens
fucked.
next
This is
round.
so
fucked.
and then like the Ashe has this angle. She's completely safe. The Sigma, and then the Zen get becomes Skyward here. He's like, oh shit, wait.
wait, oh, wait, we were supposed to TP, but watch this fight. This is so
Oh yeah,
silly.
they just
It's so funny.
They just inno him and he-
Yeah.
He just runs away. He just runs away. I think
They
it's
can't
back-
even kill him.
Yeah.
God,
So
Slay is actually the Skyward.
Is this the first point only thing?
no, you can do
I
this.
think
They
do it in a second.
they
yeah.
s-
You can
they
do this on every
stayed.
point except for maybe third.
You can do it on third as well. There's
But even then, yeah, 'cause
yeah.
the high grounds.
Yeah. It's harder to do towards the back of third, but if you can hold like early third, it's really really good. You can.
I
It's a
feel
little
like
bit harder.
easier on the back of third because the high grounds are further away.
It's like you have the truck, but then.
Yeah,
further,
but
like,
the
high ground. Like,
the
that's
problem
not
is
that
one
big
of
a
those
shift
high
in
grounds
that.
is
Yeah.
well, I don't know. It's okay. It's pretty decent honestly on third as well.
Listen, we
To
have
be
the-
honest.
We'll get creative with it.
Vote's the smart Symmetra. He's the guy who will lead everybody to victory.
Yeah, I was talking about. I was like, why aren't you just a sim one trick? He's like, I don't like sim because of sim. I like it because of the creativity it allows in team play.
He's our Sim Bastion. He's our Sim Bastion.
Genuinely.
God, all I think about is the colorblind and dyslexia duo where they fucking TP and simwalled on like this left stone wall on Anubis second.
Why
And they-
is
they
Hell
just
20
can't break
HP
it.
and dropping shield? The Ashe was in front of him, and he died to her because he dropped shield.
Got a swing man.
One thing to remember, because this is I think part of the reason why British Hurricanes ran the sim is the sim who walls first makes the opposing sim really strong. So like in that brawl fight there, they didn't have to use their own sim wall, but Yikids basically gets to have unlimited ammo and max beam the entire time. And it's just
So
something.
you have to get a lot of value off of your wall to make it worth.
Mhm.
So you
Most
probably
of the time,
you
the
use
enemy
it
team
counter
probably
things.
isn't gonna run sim against us today, but maybe. Good to have that in mind.
Dude. We get to play momentum. Lol.
Oh, so wait, what happened in the clip? You
Just
just
It's
fucking-
like
like,
momentum like ended basically.
8-year
They said,
rotation,
oh, we have a
like-
hog.
He like went on Sanctum, went like around the map, the whole, and like for this like fat boop rotation, misses the boop, and then fucking dies.
yes.
It's actually hilarious.
and then goes, oh, it's GG, we have a hog.
He's like,
Oh,
yeah, I've
really?
given up at that point.
Yeah, no, like after he does a terrible rotation, he blames the hog player.
Yeah, it was like a terrible rotation, like in the skybox, and
Also
then
bad
he misses
movement.
and dies.
like he
Yeah,
was
he
like walking on the ground. A good Lucio never touches the ground, and that's a fact.
That is true, and that's on me. My bad.
But like FD God and Funny Ass Joe, you never see
Oh
that
yeah,
Lucio on the
fucking
ground.
FD God. I was watching FD God stream and he like flows like butter.
Seriously.
Fucking A.
Why butter, not water?
I played some Lucio and Lee Jong,
Butter
and my
flows
movement's
and
pretty
water
good.
wet.
Yeah, fucking buttery butter, you know, melted butter, slippery.
Butter.
Yeah, no,
It was
well,
like
water.
butter. That's actually a fucking. That's crazy. It's like butter.
Flows like butter. You just slip all the time.
Yeah, exactly. You're slipping.
But you don't want to slip.
No, that's not a good thing.
Oh no, it
I mean,
is.
it's kinda good, bro. Slipping through the enemy backline, bro.
He was like, "Yo, delete this now."
Yeah.
I was like,
I mean, that's for
It's
sure
like-
what he said. Yeah.
It's like even in the clip, it's like it looked bad and it was a bad play from him. But if that stayed up, people would just be like, "Oh, like
I
whatever."
think it looks
like,
worse
momentum
that
doesn't
he
seem to-"
made a
It
reaction
just,
to
it
it.
literally
Mhm.
just looks bad on him because he typed, "Oh, we have a hog player, GG's," right after he fucking fed.
Yeah, I think less people would have cared if he didn't delete it, but because he deleted it, I think more people are gonna care.
Yeah.
I mean, some people probably. How much viewers did it get?
I mean, I don't know, a decent amount of
The
people saw it.
entirety of Twitter.
All the fucking weebs on Twitter.
Speaking of Lucio players, out of luck, and he instantly messages me, "Fuck you," and I said, "My bad."
Nice.
Doesn't want a speed bomb. Very sad.
Dude, I think it messes it up. I'll stand by it.
You need to get better at bombing, bro.
I mean, you can send it further.
But I don't
Yeah, you
know.
can send it further, but he doesn't know the exact distance with a speed bomb, you know? Because he hasn't practiced it.
Yeah.
You
That's
gotta
why
But
he's
practice
with a normal
it.
bomb, he knows exactly where it's gonna be.
You
An
gotta
anime
practice it.
protagonist would have improv that.
Exactly.
Dude, I had to deal with 3-second boosters. It's a different...
See, you can figure it out.
Wait, that messes with bomb. You're right.
Skyward
was
is
like-
so late to the party, bro. We literally talked about it the entire time we were playing Experimental. We were
He
just
was
talking
busy
about
flanking the
3-second
back line.
bomb and shit.
This guy was like, "Whoa, that does affect the bomb, bro. Whoa."
He was busy flanking the back line. That's okay.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any
Goodbye,
questions about
double
this comp or
turret.
anything as far as that goes? Because we have 9 minutes
Well,
left, so
Not really.
do Q&A for the last little bit. Does anyone have any questions about anything that we went over? Double bubble otherwise.
Skyward
What is the
remembered it.
better? What do you prefer in double bubble, the ball or the monkey? Which one do you like the best? The very best.
I'd say it depends on what they run and what map. To be
I
honest.
should I was not asking you.
It's not
Well, I
dependent.
answered. So what?
Yeah.
Skyward, huh?
I think we
Is that
already
more
talked
of
about
a
this
is that more of a question for me or Crimson?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Me?
Wait, what
It's
was
from
the
me.
question again?
Yeah, so
um,
which one do you like better?
So I think for like King of the Hill or not for non-Koth maps, I think Monkey can work pretty well just because the alt cycle is really strong, especially for maps like Hybrid and 2CP. Maybe not for Escort. There'll be certain like depending on map geometry, like it depends on a lot of it's gonna depend on how Crimson feels comfortable with playing ball on the map, right?
I'm pretty sure all
So-
costs I would say ball, except
Mhm.
for like I mean there might be a select few I'm not thinking of, but like
Yeah.
all costs ball is probably better, and then like on other maps it's just like a map to map basis.
Yeah.
Just ask me and I'll say
Mm-hmm.
Depends on the high
Okay.
ground you have in the map geometry.
Crimson,
Exactly.
what.
how bad is your ball?
How bad is my ball?
That's
It's
the
rusty, but
wrong
honestly,
question.
at this
That's
point-
not how you ask
at-
that question.
At this
How
point,
good is your ball?
I did that on purpose.
At this point, my ball might genuinely be better than my Winston.
That's fair. That's fair.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
so we should get you Winston
I
practice
played
instead.
so little Winston.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's look
But
at
both of
our
them-
let's
both
look at
of
our
them are going to be
scrims.
worse than my Ryan and my Orisa, so. But that should not come as a surprise considering I haven't played either of them in a while.
So we got let's look at our scrims. So we got Shoes Money Crew, and we got Defense Mode, but it's a project.
Is that actually what they're called?
I guess so.
I guess so. They don't have a
Yes.
name, so okay, fair enough.
They're calling themselves that? That's fucking beautiful.
Wait, they
Amazing.
are? Like
I would
confirmed?
love it
Wait,
if
they
were.
are?
I mean,
Oh my
probably
God.
just for this.
This is a big F, but yeah. So
Rip BL Juicers, Pepe.
realistically, we can kind of experiment a bit on this today as far as like what maps we want to play like Winston versus Ball on. I'm okay with you guys like looking at that a little bit more and like seeing which variant you guys like more in general, like what you're leaning more towards. Like, oh, we really like the, Zen Ball variant on maps we can get away with it, or like we really like the alt cycle of Anna Winston. So just keep that in mind as I'll be looking at that specifically for these scrims. So just to kind of see like where we're at and what we kind of
I
lean
like
more
the
towards.
Zen.
So we'll definitely see if it's something where like we play around because it's like it's gonna be like how much value we can get out of the Ball and Zen variant versus the Winston, like as far as alt cycle and stuff goes as well. So we'll have to see and how coordinated we are in following up on Discord targets and such, right? So
And how safely we can reasonably fight against enemy comps.
exactly, right? And like we said, we feel like generally speaking, it seems like depending obviously like on the team, but it seems like a lot of teams are favoring the Zen in the Brawl matchup specifically, so it's something where we can try that and just see how that
Yeah,
works.
'cause Zen Discord is more reliable than Nano Boost.
Absolutely,
It's
yeah.
just the- it's
And
just
you're
the
not going to get as
EA.
much
and,
value. And they have like the Diva specifically watching for the
You're not trying to outbrawl.
Though
them
on
off the
defense
start of
maps
it.
where you have a lot of
Zen
high ground,
or
you can
Ana
go
help you
Ana and
outbrawl
then
them.
just play the alt rotate and buy time with like extra healing onto your monkey.
Mhm.
Like the
It-
pairing is generally Ball Zen and then Monkey Ana. Anything else is kind of a mutation you don't want to go for.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Might
you guys
keep it
already
a lobby.
discussed that.
Better online.
Oh, here